So today, I want to talk about 8 things that you're holding on to that are blocking your happiness. That's right, blocking your happiness, and it's you. You see, happiness is not about what you add, it's about what you release. Happiness isn't missing, it's buried beneath what you refuse to let go of. Yeah, it's always been with you from the moment you were born. Happiness is at the core of your being, but it's been covered, it's been masked. So let's look at it. Why does happiness equal releasing? You see, life, it's like a backpack that's full of rocks. These rocks are what? Grief, regrets, fears, anger, you name it. We hold on to them. You see, you don't need to add things to your backpack. You need to drop them. Because lightness is our natural state. In our backpack, we don't need to carry anything with us, ever. We think we do, we don't. But what we do is we suppress things and we store them. That goes into the backpack. Those are our repressed emotions. Those are our desires that we gotta have met. But lightness is a natural state. When you're not taking anything with you into the next moment, you're fully aware, you're fully awake. So what is these 8 things that we need to release? The first one is the belief that you have nothing left to learn. When you believe that you know it all, you've closed the door to growth. When you close the door to growth, it creates rigidity and defensiveness. You see, having a beginner's mind, a curious mind, keeps joy alive because joy centers on the ability to expand and grow. As Ted Lasso said, be curious, stay open. Find out, how often are you defending your ideas? Let me ask this question. Why do you even feel the need to defend yourself? For the most part, what I do is I say something once. If the other person doesn't get it, I don't go back. I don't need to defend it. They're just not going to get it. And that's something to understand. Most people will not release. They think they know things. They're not going to let them go. So when you argue with them and defend yourself in that, they're not going to get it. It's a waste of energy. Complete waste of energy. You see, we've got to learn to release the need to always be right. Replace it with simply a willingness to learn. That shift alone opens space for joy to return. So the second thing we need to release is toxic relationships. Yeah, you heard me. Relationships nourish or poison, or they're neutral. But toxic relationships drain you of energy and they block your peace. Guilt, yeah, you got it. Guilt keeps you tied to what harms you. Choosing peace is choosing you. So think about it. I was brought up Catholic. You marry for life. And yet, 50% divorce rate out there. The problem is people blame the other person. The other person may be, let's say, toxic to you. But the fact of the matter is, you've given up your individuality. You've given up your uniqueness. You've given up your identity to be in the relationship, to be a people pleaser, and it's just not going to work. It's going to drag you down. And you know when a relationship is nourishing. You know when a relationship is toxic. Why do you hold on to them? The older I get, the wiser I get, the more I release any and all toxic relationships, whether it be family or friends. I know when my brother was alive, my brother was very different than I am. He was a very angry man, very angry. And my mother would say, Lee, you got to give him a call. I said, Mom, I call him once a year. And then I get enough anger, and then I don't need to call him for another year. Well, no, you got to help him. I said, can't help him, Mom. Before she died, she understood. You see, you're not betraying anyone when you let go. You're simply choosing your own peace. When you choose your own peace, now you're a different person in the world, and you'll attract different types of relationships. The third thing we need to release is physical, mental, and emotional clutter. Yeah, I was walking this morning. I was walking my dog, Nikki Lou. And we're going around the block, and this woman was coming out with her kids. And she had a Honda minivan. And both the back doors were open and the front driver's door was open. That minivan had so much trash in it, it was unbelievable. And if you know me, my car on the inside is spotless. There's nothing that doesn't need to be there. I keep things uncluttered because I understand that clutter takes up space in my mind. So that's physical clutter. Mental clutter is our obsession to certain mental ideas. And then emotional clutter, those events that we're holding on to that we should have let go of a long time ago. Man, maybe clutter of people too. He talks about toxic relationships. Well, there's people too. You see, clutter equals postponed decisions. Decisions where we should have decided to get rid of things because they're no longer serving us in our current state. It fills space where joy could live, where peace could live. It also creates overwhelm and stress. I don't know about you, but I've got so much brain or band capacity and what to focus on and energize. I don't need to be overcome and overwhelmed with things that just make no sense at all. So that's where clutter comes in. Get rid of it. When you clear clutter, you bring clarity and energy abounds. And you can start right today. Simply get a drawer, clear it out. Go into your clothes closet, clear it out. Clean out your car. I don't care what it is. Start today getting rid of clutter. The physical clutter is the easiest. The mental and emotional, that's where we do deeper work. Happiness needs space. When you declutter, you're telling life, I'm ready for clarity. I'm ready for joy. And you're simply saying, I'm ready. I'm ready for more. The fourth thing we need to release, fear of aging or not being old enough. Too old and too young, they're illusions created within our own mind, and they're illusions that society has bought into. You see, what I understand is every age has beauty and wisdom. I think about the wisdom I've got now through my 74 years. Man, it is absolutely great. Then I think about when I was in my 20s, my fearlessness to go and do anything without any fear. At 28 years of age, to take a job in a state across the country and go where no one in my family had ever done that. I had no fear, I just did it. Then 2 years later, to move to another part of the country, then to move to another part of the country, then to move to another. No fear at all. It tends to be that we get fear as we get older. But you know what? You don't have to. I started a spiritual center at the age of 59. I started my hypnosis business at the age of 73. It's a blend. You're never too old. You're never too young. Time isn't your enemy. It's your ally. But it depends on how you look at it. The truth is, you're always right on time. All you got to do is make a decision. You see, stop holding onto the clock as your judge. Embrace the stage of life you're in now. There's happiness here. Now. Because in the clock of life, there's only now. It's never too soon. It's never too late. It's just now. So the fifth thing we need to release are expectations that others can make us happy. Happiness, my friends, is an inside job. No one else can complete you. Waiting for others only equals disappointment. It's learning that you're already whole. And that when you understand that you're already whole, you live from that point and you don't need anything from anyone. You realize it's a state of mind. My wife is my partner. She is how do I say this? She's my safe place. I'm grounded. She grounds me. Where I'm out there floating all around doing all these things. But I also know I'm whole. As my wife is going through a challenge right now, I picked up all the slack. I picked up the cooking, I picked up the cleaning, I picked up doing this, I picked up doing that. I am capable of doing everything. I don't expect her to do anything to make me happy. My happiness comes from within me. Now, do I like doing everything? No. Of course not. I'd rather have a partner where we split things 50-50. But there are times when you do pick up because it's part of the decision to be in relationship. You see, nobody can give you what you refuse to give yourself. I give myself freedom to be independent of everyone. In that way, I can give my partner, my friends, and everyone else I meet freedom to be themselves. The sixth thing to release, comparison. You've heard this before. Comparison is the death of joy. It's poison to happiness. It dismisses uniqueness. And let's be honest, you're unique, I'm unique, no one in the world will be ever like us. No one in the world is like anyone else. Our uniqueness is what we should celebrate. It steals gratitude from your journey. My journey is special. If I compare myself to others' journeys, whoa, I won't be happy with my journey. My journey is a great journey. I love my story. It makes a great novel. There's a lot of adventure, there's a lot of insight, there's a lot of romance and love. Oh my God, I love the journey. I would never give that up. Also, there's no other you. There's no other me. So why would I compare against something else? There's no one like me, so why would I compare? Now, it doesn't mean I don't look at other people and say, whoa, maybe I'd like to do that, but I don't compare where I'm at to where they're at. I'm just getting a new idea, maybe where I want to take myself. You see, when we release comparison, happiness begins to flow back into our lives because we see that we're whole, perfect, and complete. But if we're comparing ourselves all the time, we don't see that we're whole, perfect, and complete. Comparison is the death of joy. The seventh thing we need to release is regret. Regret keeps us locked into yesterday, keeps us locked into the past. It drains energy from our body today. It drains energy from our body tomorrow as long as we keep regretting. That's why they say forgiveness is the greatest thing. When you forgive yourself and you let go, regret disappears. Forgiveness is actually the greatest act of freedom. Your job, my job, everyone's job is to bless the past, learn the lessons, learn the new path, and reclaim the now. In the now, the past doesn't exist, so we don't have to worry about it. That's the true way of being forgiving. The moment I put down regret, we reclaim the energy to live fully today. But as long as there's a regret, we're not living fully in the moment. But is there any other way to live but in the moment? And the eighth, and certainly not the final, but it's the one we're going to talk about today as being the last one, is the need to release. We need to release the belief it's too late. Too late is the heaviest rock of all for us to deal with, to take out of that backpack. As long as you breathe, it's never too late. It's never too late to begin again. It's never too late to resist. It's never too late to forgive. It's never too late to let go. The only closed door is yesterday. You can't change the past. If something has happened, you cannot change that it happened. But what you can do is you can change how you see it. You can change your perception of it and say, oh, this is life. How do I choose to move forward? You see, today is wide open, but we don't see it as that. We believe it's too late. I'm too old. Man, I'm learning every day. I'm at the gym 5 days a week, walking the dog 6 days a week, reading new books. exploring new ideas. I'm constantly learning. And you know what? I'm happy. The only thing too late for is yesterday. Today is wide open. Happiness is waiting right now, waiting for you to let go of the belief that the door is closed on you. Happiness, my friends, was never something you had to chase. It's what rises naturally the moment you release what no longer belongs to you. So the question I ask you, what are you willing to release today? To be free, to be happy, to be unique, to be you.